St. John often uses in his gospel a type of literary irony that is meant to be noticed by the reader, but sometimes is a little subtle and sometimes we can actually miss it. Today's reading is a pretty classic example of some of this irony that he uses, because Jesus comes to this man, this lame individual who is sitting by the gate of Bethesda, who is ill, who has been ill for very long, and he asks him, "Do you want to be well?" And the man replies something about not being able to get down to the pool when the water is stirred up, which is this indication that yes, he does want to be well, but the way that he is looking at things is a very narrow view. He is looking at a very limited perspective. He is not seeing the big picture. He is saying, what I want is somebody to help carry me down to the pool so that I can get in when the water is stirred up and be healed by that pool. He is saying, I want to be well, but he is so focused on that immediate step, that small step, that he can't see the big picture. He can't appreciate the one who is asking him the question. And Jesus goes on to say to him, "Rise, take up your mat, and walk." And the man is immediately cured. He is made well. And you almost get the sense that Jesus tells him to walk or to leave the area because the man with his narrow vision would almost say, okay, well, now that I'm healed, I can get down to the pool quick enough to get in the water when it's stirred up. And it's like, well, you don't need that anymore. You don't need to get down to the pool. You're already healed. You already can walk. You've received that grace. But sometimes we can get so focused on that small step that we miss the bigger picture. And even when that gift is granted to us, we don't appreciate it, and we're still focused on that smaller thing that we really wanted, or that smaller thing that we thought was necessary. We saw this in yesterday's gospel as well, which immediately precedes this in John, about the official who comes and asks Jesus to heal his son. He says, "Please come with me to my house. Come with me to my house. I need you to take that step." And Jesus says, "Go, your son will live." He is saying your view is still too small. You're not seeing the big picture. You're not seeing the one who it is that you are asking this of. And he can do this without coming to your house. He can do it in a way that you might not have expected or anticipated. And even after Jesus says to him, "Go, your son will live," he could say, "No, you still need to come to my house." And he says, "No, what is it that you really want? What is that big picture?" Today, we are called to look not on the small scale, but to see something larger, to see something greater than ourselves, to not get so caught up in what we think we need, but in what God knows that we truly need. We should ask for God to not grant what we want, but to grant what he knows we need. It is part of our humble submission to the Lord to trust that he is God, that his vision is broader than ours, that he can see that big picture far more clearly than we ever could. And so we turn to him with that surrender, say, "Lord, provide what you know I need, and I will have more than enough, more than I ever imagined." The irony of it is that we can get so caught up in those small things that we fail to recognize God's presence at all. We fail to recognize what he really does for us or to appreciate it. And we still pursue those smaller things, those things that meant to be only maybe small steps to what we really needed, what we really wanted. Let us open our hearts to that big picture. Let us open our hearts Christ, that he might work in us what is best for us, and that in response we might always follow him.